call to order this evening at 5:02. So appreciate everybody being with us today. We're going to jump right in to our first order of business, which is new business, item 1. So could I get a motion to approve the following invoice package for Farmington High School as presented?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
Sorry.
All right. We'll open it up for discussion. I think, are we going right to Russ?
I think so.
Yep. It's all you, Russ. Go for it.
All right, thank you. Devin, you got, there we go. Thank you. All right, this is PCO 111, where we had to add some cross bracing in for the walkway that comes off the back driveway to get to the bleachers. And during that whole change order and RFI process, we were discussing the decking, and we changed it from pressure treated to the composite decking for that access walkway to the ADA. It's an ADA walkway that's required. And this is for $75,338, and it's coming out of our contingency. And just so we reviewed all these change orders with the decision-making group as well. PCO 159, this is the final number for the new greenhouse and relocated shed that was out and back by the auto shop for $74,502. This thing went back and forth. We paid TSKP to do some additional design services for this a while ago. When this thing has come full circle, and this finally ended up being the number and work that everyone agreed upon. At one point it was up to $160,000. So kind of went back and revisited the chalkboard and came up with this number of $74,502. PCO 252, this is for field house improvements for $72,456. If you remember when we did our walkthrough, this was to do some improvements to the 20-year-old locker room, some painting, new ceiling tiles, new lights, and the lockers will be repaired as well. PCO 253, this is to add security wiring to the elevators. With all the elevator issues that we've experienced since the start of school, back and forth with Kone, Matt Ross, we added the wiring to the travelers to provide security cameras in the elevators. So if something should happen in the the elevator gets stuck, staff can talk to the people in the elevator. They can see them and have a conversation with the people in the elevator to keep them calm and rest assured that everyone knows they're there. And that's for $26,530.50.
All right. Anybody have any questions, need additional detail on these?
I have a question. It's not necessarily on these numbers, but
yep,
with what Russ said about the elevator, are we working on fixing the actual issues with the elevator? I mean, because that's concerning. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is, putting belts and suspenders to it. Matt Ross has been working with the Kone, the elevator contractor, and making sure this is basically like putting a last finishing touch on it. Everything else has been updated and changed, and knock on wood, I don't want to even talk about it, but there hasn't been an issue with the elevator since.
Okay.
But this is basically if somebody's in the elevator, they're not. It's a safety issue, right? It's making sure that people are able to know they're there. They're not lost in space somewhere. So it's.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I know you weren't saying this, but I didn't want the impression to be, well, we have an elevator problem, so we're just gonna put cameras in there. So when it shuts down, we have someone can talk to the person in the elevator.
Yeah, knock on wood, everything's been fixed and revamped, like gone over, updated. Tony has gave us, assurances that, hey, unfortunately, things happen, they got them fixed. And this was like, what else can we do? Because I guess, and knock on wood, I haven't been stuck, but the poor people have been stuck, very scared and excited. And this is
Right.
a way to hopefully control that and ease their tension while this would happen.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Russ, was it one particular elevator or all of them?
All of them.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
you mean what issues we had?
Yeah,
At
yeah,
some
yeah.
point, some point, every one of them had a stoppage. But
Okay.
so
Yeah, I mean, they all the problems kind of are a variety of things. First it was like system updates that needed to get done a couple times. Identifying some things with the service call, kind of some electrical. So it was a little bit of there, and so a little bit of trial error, and then we're still looking to see just overall if there's some electrical things that we can kind of do to kind of provide just a level consistency. But to Russ's point, I don't recall, at least, or I haven't heard, and we usually hear about it when it happens. We've had a pretty good run, so hopefully that's past us and we figured out all the problems, and we're moving forward. But as Russ said, this is more of a security precaution, just as as another layer to help students in case that happened.
Makes sense.
The other question on this, were these all numbers that we already had built in for projections in the contingency log?
all of them were in except for the additional decking for the composite decking for the access walkway to the bleachers.
Okay.
That was an add-on. And I think the greenhouse, we were carrying something around 100,000 for that.
Yep.
But it just kept ballooning up, and we all kind of pumped the brakes and said, what are we really doing? And brought that back down.
Okay. All right. Any other thoughts, questions on these? Nope, we're all good. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion passes. We'll go right on to item B2. So could I have a motion to approve the following invoice package for central office as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All right, discussion.
This is for the additional finishes, PCO 235, central office and the vestibule, the finishes, including the mini split that we talked about at the last meeting for the additional design service. It is for the painting, additional trim, lighting, ceiling tiles, and the HVAC for $36,527.
So just to be clear, Russ, so we had that conversation last time about the design
Correct.
for this, and you're saying this is the cost of the actual changes.
Correct.
Okay. I just want to make sure everybody's clear on, because we had that conversation last time. We weren't quite, I think we had an estimate right around here that we were talking about last time as well, associated to the design. So I just want to make sure everybody's kind of following the two pieces.
And this is that number. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Anybody have any questions on this one or any additional thoughts? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? All right, motion passes. I believe that is all we had on our agenda for today. Kat, Devin, do you need anything else from us?
Nope, I think that was all we needed for today.
Excellent. Anybody have any other last thoughts or comments they want to provide before we adjourn? All right, can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. So we will adjourn at 5:12.